business magazines, interviewed hundreds of authors, written hundreds and thousands of articles. So everything from business to entertainment, technology, all sorts of things. Won my first 3 journalism awards before I was 21, so I started very young, so that was a bit exciting. Travelled the world, met some amazing people, all for work as well, so that was exciting. And then, the last couple of years since moving up to the Gold Coast, I was a reporter at the Gold Coast Bulletin, working on during the week, and then also for their weekend magazine as well, the Gold Coast Eye. So feature stories as well as advertorials and advertising features, so working with brands and companies and small businesses to help promote and expand their services. And then most recently, I think the last year and up until a month or two ago, I was editor of the Gold Coast monthly magazine called Get It, so fashion, lifestyle, beauty. So that's distributed on the Gold Coast. So I loved doing all of that, and I've also been doing freelance, write for plenty of websites and publications, and then also consulting, helping people, because I had so many people coming up to me saying, how can I get my name in the media, or what do I need to do? And someone said I need to pay $15,000 to do a press release or to have a campaign or something. I'm like, this is how you write one, this is who you've got to send it to, this is what you can do it yourself, or I can do it for you, and here are the things we've got to work through, here are the messages you need to say, here are the reporters you need to target, or the publications, or here are some ideas. And it's just helping people, and that's what I love, is just helping them get results and say, oh yes, I was on the radio, they interviewed me in Perth for this, particular topic, or a book launch, or as an expert on a particular topic. If we'll get into that further on, but people who have written about their experiences with diabetes, or experiences with teenagers and suicide or whatever, instead of it always just being about promote the book, I'm an author, it's more, how can you add value to what's happening in the media? If there's a topic, a discussion happening about suicide, how you can position yourself as an expert in that field, to then be the person that they ring and say, oh, can we get some quotes about suicide and perhaps what you've included in your book, or someone who's an authority on diabetes or whatever, just having extra weight to a story, as well as the usual authorities and businesses and organisations and charities and things like that, because they're always after people who can talk about their direct experience. So that's why authors are amazing, because you've already got your stories out there, you want to promote them, so it's just about getting in touch with the journalists so you can get your story out there. I also work a lot in social media as well, so Sam's really good at this. He's got some great things happening with his pages, and I've looked at his author page and linking it up with the website and all that kind of stuff. So that's definitely the absolute must do, I say, to the people that I work with. So we'll move on there. So that's just a bit about me, what we do, blogging. That's my other thing. I also have a blog, so I'm like a social media influencer. So I have a parenting blog as well, so I write a lot about parenting and topics about that. So I'm like companies saying, here, have a pram and write a review about our pram, or children's authors, can we write about our book and things like that. So lots of my articles have been shared across millions of readers, and national, international. So that's just there, working with media, getting free media coverage rather than paying for advertising. It's just about getting the right, pitch together, or the email even. Sometimes it's just sending a couple of lines in an email rather than thinking it's this big whole scary thing that you need to do. So there we go. So just some of the brands and companies that I've worked with as well. I was the editor of, editor of Lexus magazine for 5 years. So that's the Lexus cars, but it was also lifestyle, cuisine, travel, authors. We always include Management Today's business magazine. I was the editor of that as well. Virgin Blue, the travel magazine, you would know, for Virgin Airlines. So it's always great getting authors in content in these magazines as well, because then you have like an extra global reach as well. Good old, and online as well, of course. Once you're online, everyone can share it globally. So I thought today I'd just sort of break it down into top tips that we can like action today if you haven't done that already. Some of it may be basic, but I wasn't sure how advanced people might be. But yeah, just about having straight up. So if you're having if you've got well, I should probably find out where you are in your journeys at the moment as well. So yeah, if you'd like to start, Michelle.
Not really ready to go to this extent just yet.
Okay.
So very. I've just self-published a book of my poems.
Okay.
But it's very. It's around the process of recovery from unresolved childhood trauma. So it's very specific, and it's also very, I guess. I'm not ready to go to this extent. So I'll just find my way. So.
Okay.
And also, I happen to be the worst social media person. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that sort of stuff. Even though I've come from an IT background myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really good. Twitter, I sort of follow, but that's not the extent.
Okay.
So this is really, while I see the need for it, I'm just gradually putting my time on it.
Yeah, sure. And how are you hoping to? So you just self-published. So are you at the point of promoting it now, or wanting to get it out there? Okay.
I'm just. I've been giving some copies out to people because it's more. I need to do it for myself. So I'm giving copies out to some people to get feedback, engage whether or not to take it further at this point.
Okay.
So
Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Michelle.
I'm busy on a couple of things. I have a few short stories that I'm ready to publish probably by next month.
Without annoying people and just kind of giving them that icky feeling where you want them to be encouraged and excited and supportive of you, of course, but you also want them to share the link so to give you a wider reach as well. So spamming definitely no. Mia, thank you for sharing that. That's exciting. So so you've got your own page, okay? Yeah. And what was your name again?
Jackie.
Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Yeah. And next one.
My name's Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Pleasure to meet you.
How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, sorry, it's like highway.
Yes,
was
highway.
terrible. Oh my god. So where I'm at, basically creating an author brand, I suppose. I'm a pretty big illustrator myself, so at the moment I've done a novel. I'm in the editing process of it, and kind of just catching up with all the chapters, doing the illustrations for each one of those.
Oh, wow.
So I do have a separate Facebook page to my personal one, just dedicated to the book.
Yep.
I don't have a Facebook page for like an author page, which is probably something I should do. Instagram,
Yep.
I put all my illustrations up on that.
Yep.
Almost got 300 followers now.
Oh,
I started off
brilliant.
with 20 when before all that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, man. That's what happens.
Yeah, just blown up.
That's good.
And making a website at the moment.
Okay.
So just kind of bit by bit.
And the website, is that personal branding, so your name or author or book or?
It will be, the author brand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And when's your book set to come out? Or your
Well, I
editing?
haven't had it, haven't sent it to a publishing,
Yeah.
anything like that at the moment. So it's purely, I'm just halfway through editing it.
Yep.
By the end of it, I'll start sending it away and hopefully get some positive feedback.
Yeah, cool. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, it sounds like, you're on the right path, those who do have the Facebook pages. It's great to, if that's something that you feel comfortable with, especially depending on where you are in your journey, and if you are a bit cautious or hesitant about it, it is still great to take that leap because you're getting your name out there, and even if you're not ready or you're feeling like you're not completely ready, as you know, for example, you was doing it in advance before having the finished product to be ready to go. But that's it, it's about building momentum, building relationships with people who will come on board and will be your readers and will be your spokespeople. They will be telling other people about what it is or something great you said the other day about a particular topic. So it's just, opening yourself up so people can get to know you as well. But not to let all that success in.
Yeah.
Although I tend to on some of my blog posts sometimes about parenting things,
Oh, well.
It's a topic, it's about debating it in a nice way and getting opinions out there.
But that's the thing is, you actually do write about that. So if me being a fantasy author, me turning around and going, talking about what's happening in America at the moment, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Really doesn't make a lot of sense, and it is your author brand that you really need to look about. It's not just your it's about what you're putting out there. It's just like you have to be very careful, because there are people who will wait to troll you. They just, once they get a little bite, because it's happened to me, and I usually say, "Oh, that's lovely. You have a wonderful day." That's how I usually answer them, because it's like, I'm not going to get into a big massive conversation with you, because that's not what my brand means to me.
That's right.
It means a lot more to me than what your silly comments are going to say.
Yes, definitely. It's the way to be. And also with having, so once you have a Facebook page, or even if it's your Facebook profile, you do a lot of business, so if we're saying business, talking about your books and what you're working on and being an author, it's great to edit your bio, to have a link to your Facebook page, so anyone who you're chatting to or meeting in a group, when you're interacting with people in a Facebook group, you're in your personal profile, so they kind of might be, oh, what's Jackie working on, what do you do? And it's just Jackie lives on the Gold Coast. You want to have your link to your page if you don't already, so that people can go, oh, I'll go and click and like her page. There we go. Yes, they can like your page as well, or see what it is, and then start following you in your journey as well. So Sam actually has done that really well as well. So he's got his personal Facebook page, so you talk to people, you participate in groups, but then you also have Sam Author. People can like that page, go, oh great, okay, that's what he does. And then they link to the website as well. So then that's the action, because people can go and click buy, and that's what you want. Make money, yes. Yeah. So that's what that's all about. But, and yeah, Twitter, Instagram, and it doesn't have to be a big scary thing. It's Instagram, obviously usual photography and graphics and illustrations and quotes and all of that is what it's all about. But and with Facebook Live now as well, you can be at a conference or at something that you're interested in a particular topic, or a chat with someone, or another children's author, or you're reading a story to some children or something like that. It's all about content, so sharing that with your followers and with your readers as well. So yeah, we've got that there. Who are you? What do you do? Because I've worked with some authors who are like, oh yeah, I'm an author and I've got a book. So I'm like, oh yeah, click, and there's nothing. And I'm like, so I have to scroll through all their pages to find out what they do. And they're like, oh yeah, I've just finished publishing my book. It's called this, but then there's no link to it on Amazon or anything. I'm like, well, how is it? And I'm searching for it. It's making it too hard for anyone else who just wants to click and buy. So that's very important, just to make it easy for people to click your name, click your profile, and be able to click on your page and whatnot as well. But also the other great thing about having a page is you can participate in conversations with other groups and pages that may relate to whatever topic you're interested in that you write about. So Matt, you could be participating in illustration groups and graphic design people, which I'm sure you might do already, but you could comment as your page as well, so that's also getting your brand out there without being spammy, because you're adding helpful information. You're not just saying, hey, buy my book, I've got a book out. You're like, oh yeah, this is the tool that I found great when I was doing this, or this is where I studied, or this is, it's all about helping people. I think that's the most important thing. It's not about me, and just getting your name out. It's helping people because they remember you for helping them and adding value. So do you do that much? Do you know how to comment as your page? Yeah, okay, that's great. I can show how to do that for those who may not know. Hang on. Where am I here? And the other great thing is you can also invite. Why is it not coming up? I don't have Wi-Fi connected. That doesn't help.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can't show you, but I can show you on my phone.
Everyone gather around.
So yeah, it's so simple, and you can be commenting as Jackie Author on children's, popular children's pages, and where you know that mothers are that you can interact with and talk to as well. So that's private groups and pages that you can comment as your author page. That makes sense. So much easier to show you. But But then you can also invite, like as long as you're sharing great content that people are enjoying, you can invite people to like your page. So you've done that without even having to pay for Facebook ads. So like I had one the other day that I was going to show you, I think it's on my phone. It was shared like 5,000 times, and I could go through and all people that liked, loved, sad face or whatever, you click on that little icon there, and then you've got the list of all the people who liked or whatever, and then you can just do invite. So you're inviting them to add to like your page. And then you can also ban as well, so if there's troublemakers, ban. But yeah, it's fantastic that you can do that, and it's a little trick that not many people know that they can do.
I didn't get a clue.
Yeah, so that's just from your page, so not your personal profile, but yeah, from your page. So yeah, opportunities are endless. So yeah, sharing content that's not just salesy spam. So yeah, we talked about that. It's not all about just saying. It's more about your journey, where you're at. Oh, hey guys, I'm about to go and meet the publisher, and we're about to edit this, or just talking about the cover, how exciting, or this is the stage I'm at in my journey. Because people who, if you're sharing it with just your friends and family and things, like they're all interested, they're all supportive. You're not trying to tell them to go and buy now, buy. You're just sharing the journey. So you want them to be excited and supportive of you. So yeah, it's really great to do that. Yeah, invite, like as we've talked about that, engage with audience, demographic, groups, and special offers. So that's also what I've talked about, adding value in particular groups. So you're already in some author groups and some writing groups, poetry groups as well. Are you in? No? Okay. Because that's a great opportunity as well, because then I think a lot of those communities are supportive of each other, so they love sharing each other's work. So that's really great as well, especially in the topic that you're writing about. It's something that will touch people and be very personal, so you might find sharing it with other poets as well will be great to get a wider reach and get more personal feedback and experience and just those connections with people. But yeah, there's quite a few of those around. There's international poetry groups and awards and things like that you can participate in. And but yeah, definitely get the page and get that up. And
I actually there's a sister group with Let Us Write, which is sponsored by Gold Coast Novel Writers. There's also one called I can't remember from the top of my head. I'll show it to you and I'll get you to join it, because that they mainly look at poetry in that one, and people post up poetry all the time for it. So it's, and that's, trust me, you post something up, someone's going to comment, because that's what they do. And it's it's, so I'll get you onto that group.
I'm not sure that, because I've written in poetry for a long time, so it's not active, but I'm actively writing at the moment either. So I'm trying to figure out just exactly where I do stand and where I'm going with it. So not sure.
Yeah, there's also some poets from the Gold Coast that I've been with. They have met people over Facebook, and then throughout through Facebook groups, and met some who have done voiceover work for them, or have put videos together of them reading out the poem, like a lovely guy in America with a beautiful voice, and reading the poem, set out the music with the author's pictures and what she visualised. And it's just amazing, and now that's all on YouTube and they can share it. It's just more content, which is great, but also helping each other out and that type of thing as well. So so many options when you're just out there using the social media and getting in touch with people. And okay, so here's some other tips for your page. So if you have a page, but also on your personal page as well, engaging with your audience, your demographic as well. A bit on the last point as well. So it's thinking about who your readers are, who you are trying to reach, who you're trying to touch, or who you want to sell to as well, because they can also be quite different demographics. And then getting involved in groups where those people are. So it may seem very simple, but if you're writing children's books, participate in children's forums, parenting forums, I should say, because they're the ones that are like, oh, that's a great topic, I can, I'll buy that for a friend or as a gift, and that type of thing. So really getting involved with that demographic, and same as you map people who are interested in the illustrations and the particular topics and themes that you're writing about as well. And say for you, Sam, are you doing that as well with like fantasy groups and all that?
Yes, I'm probably part of about a half a dozen fantasy groups,
Yeah.
all ranging between about